for weeks and weeks and weeks, you guys have been saying this is basically playoff hockey, but now the regular season's in the books and playoff hockey officially starts Saturday. How does that feel for you and the group?
Yeah, obviously, like you said, we've clinched a couple weeks ago, so we've been looking forward to it. And the team's been playing well lately too, so vibes are good, and we're just excited to get her going on Saturday.
How does entering this postseason differ from the last two? Obviously, you guys being in that 4-5 matchup. I know Manitoba and Texas, they're starting tonight. What does that mean for you guys to get this, 5-day rest before getting up against Grand Rapids and starting here at home?
Yeah, last year it felt like the last probably 10, 12 games were do or die just to kind of get into that play-in. And obviously this year, being able to clinch earlier lets you maybe focus a little more on kind of the little things and just not trying to look too far ahead, just kind of game to game. But it's kind of nice knowing your matchup a couple weeks before.
How does playoff hockey differ from regular season hockey?
Yeah, I think it's obviously the tempo goes up. Guys compete maybe a little harder, and not a lot of checks go unfinished. So I think our team's built well for playoffs. We played hard all year, and we're a team that our game probably won't change too much. Like I said, maybe the compete rises a little, but I think our team is built for playoff hockey.
A lot of you guys have playoff experience from the last couple of years, and even more than that. How valuable is that, or is that kind of overplayed by the media a little bit, the importance of playoff experience?
No, I think it's important. Obviously, Dave went in a Calder. It's huge for our locker room having a guy like him. He knows kind of the process of it, and not trying to look too far ahead. Just worry about the next game, and when you do finish that game, it's all about putting that in the past and just focus on the next one. So he's definitely a guy you lean on in these situations.
What's the biggest change for a player, when you start up playoff hockey? Is there anything that maybe you've started doing differently compared to years past to get ready for a playoff game and compared to, the past couple times you're getting ready for it?
No, I personally, no. I mean, you're going to have some bumps and bruises that you're trying to maybe patch up before things get going, and especially this time of year when you're not practicing as much, it's more games. You're just trying to make sure your body's ready to go every time you're out there. So maybe for some of the younger guys, it's just kind of that mindset is once the game's over, just focus on the next one.
A lot of experience against Grand Rapids, obviously seen them a lot this year. What is it that they do so well that you guys are going to need to, rein in to be able to get a series win against them?
Yeah, it's just kind of the way the American League is. You're playing the same team 16 times in the regular season, and then obviously we got at least 3 more against them. So, we're just focusing on ourselves, and we've had a couple good games against them, some spirited games where tensions were high. So I know they're looking forward to it, and we are too.
You guys have played great the last couple months. What would you pinpoint as why things have come together, and what makes this team dangerous and a tough out in the playoffs?
I think it's a mentality thing. Early in the year when we were kind of going through our struggles, it seemed like we weren't necessarily playing to win. It was almost just play to stay in the game, and I feel like now our team's just confident. We know that it doesn't matter where we are in the game, we can come back, and a lot of our wins the last 2 months were coming from behind, and not necessarily something we wanted to do, but there was just never a panic in our room. We always knew that we were 1 goal or 2 goals away from being right back in it. So that's a good thing to have, feeling going into playoffs.
Reichel's obviously a big part of this thing. He's been up, he's been down, still trying to take that next step permanently. What's it mean to you guys just to have his presence here? There was some questions among maybe the fan base as to whether or not he would be here, but I think the plan all along was to have him here. But what does it mean to you guys to have Lukas Reichel back in the mix again?
Yeah, it means a lot to us. I'm not sure the full extent of it, but he probably had some input on whether he wanted to come and play with us. He didn't spend too much time with us this year, maybe 10, 15 games. So it means a lot that he wants to come and grind with us. And he's a huge part of our team. We love him just outside of the game of hockey. He's a big part of our locker room and someone guys like to hang out with. So for him to choose to come down and play with us, it means a lot, and it shows the type of character he has too.
Coach was talking about him and just how he's changed and evolved, and specifically mentioned man strength, I think was the term he used. What have you noticed evolve about his game from when he was here as a 19-year-old a couple years ago to now being one of the more experienced guys, has that NHL experience and playing in his 3rd playoff stint with the IceHogs?
Yeah, he like you said, he's definitely gotten stronger, and I think it just maybe his decision making when he has the puck, everyone knows he can make a play, and other teams know that too, so they're going to be keen on a guy like him. And you can't always make the perfect play, but as long as you're making the right play more times than not, then usually good things are going to happen. So no, he's a hell of a player, and we're really lucky to have him with us.
And I noticed you said just over the past couple months of not playing desperate and just knowing that not to panic, one or two plays in this whole game entirely changes. How much has that helped you guys adopting that short-term mentality of just taking it shift by shift and knowing that, not to overthink things and just take things as they come?
Yeah, I think it's a depth thing too with our roster. We're getting guys like every game we're playing well. It's not one or two lines. It's our whole lineup, all 60, all 12 forwards, and got to give credit to the goalies too. Like the Stobbs and Comesso, both of them have been a huge help in kind of turning the ship around halfway through the year. And I think it's just everyone's not going to feel good every game, but we like to call it a B game as long as you're doing your role and you're pulling the rope, good things happen. So I think our depth is a huge piece of our identity.
And how much has that been important over the past couple of weeks? Obviously, you guys dinged up in a few areas you would prefer not to be as you guys enter the postseason. How did you feel about the overall health of this team and just that depth?
Yeah, everyone's feeling good. Energy levels are good, so we're looking forward to Saturday.
You got the MVP award. Congratulations on that. What does that mean to you? I mean, you were kind of the stabilizer all season, the guy who was here from start to finish pretty much and could always be counted on. What did that mean to you? And I don't know if teammates voted on it or just the coaches, but what's it mean to you at this stage of your career to be recognized like that by your teammates and coaches?
Yeah, it means a lot. I like to think I'm kind of a humble guy, but it's nice to be recognized in that sense. And I can't take all the credit. I've been playing with different guys throughout the year, and Rem and Gutty kind of for that stretch when one Gutty won Player of the Month. So no, it's a nice feather in the cap, but we got bigger things that we're focused on.